Imagine that when you listen to music, you saw a different color with each musical note that played. Would this mean that you're crazy, that you're hallucinating, or on drugs? Not necessarily. You may actually have a condition called synesthesia. This condition is much more common than once thought, and there's a chance that you or someone you may know may have it. Synesthesia is a neurological condition, and the study of synesthesia is helping us learn more about ourselves. I have been fascinated by synesthesia and have read many articles on the topic. I have a personal interest in synesthesia because I have this condition. In this speech, I will explain synesthesia, talk about some of the types, discuss who is more likely to be affected, and then finally discuss what research on synesthesia has revealed. As I said before, synesthesia is a neurological condition, but it is not a disease or mental illness. In synesthesia, the stimulation of one of your senses causes the stimulation of one or more of your other senses. You may see a color and hear a sound, or smell a scent and see a color. If you have synesthesia, you are called a synesthete. It was once thought to affect only one person in 100,000. However, according to Marta Zaraska's 2016 article, Hear the Violet, Taste the Velvet from Scientific American Mind magazine, the frequency may be one person in 2030. Synesthesia is consistent over time. That is, one person's synesthetic perceptions will be the same today, tomorrow, or next year. However, synesthesia is not consistent from synesthete to synesthete. Each synesthete's experience is their own. Synesthesia is also involuntary. The person doesn't have to think about it for it to occur. It's automatic. Now that I've explained synesthesia, I will discuss some of its forms. Synesthesia has many types. There are more than 60 types of synesthesia, and perhaps as many as 150. There are several well-known types of synesthesia. If you have graphene color synesthesia, your letters, numbers, or words will have colors. This is the most common form of synesthesia. The letter A might be red, B might be orange, C might be yellow, while D is blue. Here on the left is what a non-synesthete would see, versus on the right, what a synesthete might see. This is a test that is used to determine whether a person has graphene color synesthesia or not. If you have chromesthesia, you will experience sound as color. A musical note, such as C on the piano, might be yellow, while D is green and E is blue. With spatial sequence synesthesia, number sequences or months and dates are seen as floating in the space around you. So, you might see the months of a year arranged as a wheel and floating to your left. With auditory tactile synesthesia, a sound leads to a sensation. You might hear a sound and feel tingling on your skin. With number-form synesthesia, a visual map of numbers appears automatically whenever the person thinks of numbers. Other types of synesthesia include odors having sounds, days of the week having flavors, tastes having colors, numbers having personalities, and so forth. Now that I've discussed the types, I will talk about who is more likely to be affected. Synesthesia is more likely to affect certain people. If you have a family member with it, you might have it as well, as synesthesia is known to run in families. While it appears to be genetic, there have been cases of people developing synesthesia after suffering a brain injury. Males may have the trait, but it is found more often in females. In fact, according to Richard E. Saitowicz's book, Synesthesia, A Union of the Senses, female synesthetes predominate by a ratio of at least 3 to 1. Other traits associated with synesthesia include being creative or artistic, being left-handed, and having a good memory. The condition has also been found more frequently in people with migraines, multiple sclerosis, irritable bowel syndrome, and autism, which are known to involve the immune system. Now that we've learned who it affects, let's look at some research results. Research into possible causes of synesthesia is teaching us more about ourselves. Neuroimaging has shown that the brains of synesthetes are different anatomically than those of non-synesthetes. Synesthetes' brains have more gray and white matter and greater connectivity between brain regions. Neurons in two areas of the brain of a person with synesthesia are communicating with each other more than in a non-synesthete brain. Studies of the DNA of families of synesthetes have shown that synesthesia is genetic. There is no specific gene for synesthesia, but chromosomes 2 and 16 appear to be involved. The immune system also appears to be involved, since the prevalence of synesthesia is higher in people with certain immune disorders. Today I explained synesthesia, talked about some of the types, discussed who is more likely to be affected, and shared what research on synesthesia has revealed. Synesthesia is a neurological condition, and the study of synesthesia is helping us learn more about ourselves. In conclusion, many people are affected by this unusual neurological condition. Synesthesia could possibly affect you or someone you may know. So, if you hear that someone saw a colored light show during a concert, but no one else saw it, don't assume that they're on drugs, and don't assume that they're crazy. Perhaps it was just a case of synesthesia.